Hello again, everyone. Today we're going to look at recovery rates of aluminum, different sources of aluminum. I'm just getting into casting, and I always heard that soda cans are kind of junk, but I figured, what the heck, let's just do a comparison test. What I have is obviously soda cans, and I got 500 grams of each, which should about halfway to 3/4 fill up the mold I have here. So I have soda cans, random foil like takeout containers and just aluminum foil and stuff. I expect that to be probably the worst. Aluminum aerosol cans, they seem fairly heavy. That might be pretty good. And then some aluminum heat sinks. So that's probably the best. If I have to guess, it's going to be first, second, third, fourth in terms of how much I actually get out of it at the end. But so, we have 500 grams each. When I get done with this, I will, melt them all down. I'll skim any slag off the top and keep it so that we can weigh, how much of an aluminum bar and how much slag there is for each of these. And just in order to not contaminate stuff, I'll start with the good stuff and we'll work my way down to the foil. So that's the plan. I guess we'll go ahead and get started and we'll see how it turns out. This is how I clean up aerosol cans. Just twist the head off and then grab the lip and pull it off. And because you're doing it that way, if there is anything in there, it vents away from you. And then this little cap is still good aluminum, so I always just take a second to break off the plastics. And then once you do that, you can push the centerpiece right on out. Sometimes this doesn't want to come out, so I just this one's going to fight me, of course, since I'm doing it on camera, but normally it just can pop right out of there. There you go. And now, just a quick look. There's usually a little washer there, and then the seal around the outside. And now you got a little chunk of aluminum there, too. All right. Wish I hadn't caught that on there. Let's see. That's the heat sinks. We'll let this cool down a little bit, and then we will do the aluminum can or the aerosol cans. So those probably have, well, the paint, some kind of liner and stuff. Probably going to be a fair amount of slag on that. We'll see. Well, I may have a problem. Let's see. I don't know that those little tops, at least some of them are steel. Because they're not melting at all. They're floating. So I guess have a magnet handy when you do the tops, because some of them are melting and some not so much. All right. Heat that up a little bit more and then we'll take it out. Seems to be a lot of slag in this. So I wonder if this isn't going to be as good as I thought it was. And while that cools, let's get going with the cans. This is a small crucible. Looks like I can do like 2 cans at a time. It's gonna take forever. Woo! Come on. There we go. We'll let that heat up a little bit. Let's see if this is ready to come out. All right. You can tell there was a lot less in that one. I mean, just look at the big pile of slag. Some of this I could probably remelt, but in terms of just being able to skim off clean, skim off the ash and just get clean aluminum, it's not looking so good. So there's a lot of stuff stuck on this one, which hadn't happened before. Anyway, all right, time to get down to the foil, which will probably be 90% junk, but we're going to try it out. Hopefully this one I can just drop down the middle. Woo. Come on. There we go. Last batch coming out. You can see all the ash on top. Some junk just fell in there. come out. Oh boy. I don't know if you saw that, but that big blob of ash came out of the bottom. There you go. You can see how long it takes to freeze. Still a little bit there. And the top is now frozen. All right. Well, there is nothing left to do now but to let this cool down, and then we'll weigh up everything and come up with some final results. So we'll come back in a little bit and do that. Okay, let's weigh up the heat sinks. 456 of pure and 482 with the slag. Where the other 18 grams went, who knows? Okay. Here's the aerosol cans. And I gotta say, like the heat sinks, it's kind of a grainy bar, but the aerosol cans, it's very smooth cast. It's interesting. I'm sure it's a different type, different alloy, something, but even if it's not even if it doesn't have the biggest yield, it makes a really nice bar. So we're at 340. Yeah, 340. This was really sandy, and I definitely spilled some, so this isn't going to work out very well. Let me pull out the iron, or the steel. So now we're up to 412, and with the steel and bits of aluminum that are stuck to it, we're up to 466. So again, I definitely spilled some of the sandy stuff and didn't want to like sweep the driveway to get it. So that's where we are with the aerosol cans. Now for soda cans. Again, with soda cans, it's grainy on top, but the bottom is super smooth. A lot more tedious to do them, but it gets a pretty good bar. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention is these cans didn't have any pull tab, or the little tab on top, because I heard that those are really good if you collect those separately, so it's what I've been doing. So these are just the can, no tab. Wow, only 286. And 448. So that's soda cans. All right, and last but not least, the aluminum foil and takeout containers and all that. So this is like the most garbagey of it, but 332, better than the aluminum cans, I think. And all that, 470. All right. So, you know, not bad. I want to make a video some point here of actually doing some casting, but now I have some aluminum to go with, and let's see how much I actually got out of this little experiment. So 500 of each type, and now we have 1.4 kilograms. So, all right, one last thing. I remelted all the slag, all the chunky slag anyway, and came up with 120 grams of extra aluminum. So that will do it for now, and thanks for hanging around. Let me know if you have any questions, or if I can explain anything better. Just leave a comment and I'll get back to you. And otherwise, hope to get some more videos out before the end of the year. I've been a little distracted this year, but thanks for hanging around, and if you got ideas for a future video, let me know. I'll be glad to take requests. Bye now.